We make the world's easiest to use 3D design and printing software. So easy that 5-year-olds can use it and get 3D designing and printing immediately. No training required, no CAD skills required. Okay, so we did some investigation around what our little kids like, and one thing that we came across was that tablet computing was much easier to use than like mouse and keyboard, which is a big impediment for little kids using CAD software. So we designed an interface specifically for designing things for 3D printing on touchscreens. So that's iPads, Android tablets and Windows touchscreens. There is a tutorial within the app, but they can get started without even using it. So we package this up with a complete learning program. So 3D printing is being bought all around the world by schools. The implications for STEM learning and arts are just enormous. This is something that all students will have in their future. So the earlier they can learn it, the more of an edge they'll have in getting competitive jobs and creating new industries in the future for Australia and all around the world. Once you finish creating the design, you export the file to be printed, and then load it up onto your printer, and then your printer will just be able to use the file to print something. On this small printer, you can probably do like 6 or maybe 9 small objects at once.
I'm always had interest in robotics and that sort of stuff as a personal hobby sort of thing, and I just sort of like having this stuff around and trying to bring people what you can actually do with 3D printing and inspire them to be creative themselves. Well, InMove is the robot's name, which is an open source project. Gail, a Frenchman, actually designed him and released his files out to the public. So I saw the designs on the internet and I thought I needed to make one. So I started building him 2 years ago, printing. It's taken about 500 hours of 3D printing and probably another 500 hours of wiring him up and getting the software and programming to work. The aim of this robot is actually to have it walking around, and being 3D printed and that sort of stuff, it is very lightweight. So it has that ability of it's not going to be moving much weight, so it is very likely it might be able to walk one day. If you have access to a 3D printer, you can probably start tomorrow. There's a lot of help, people are willing to help. It's a big community and it's growing every day.
We just designed and made our robot 90% custom parts, so they helped us with all the parts.
Sure. Robodojo is a community makerspace based in southwest Sydney. We're currently in Campbelltown area, Lumia. But basically what we just collaborate tools and knowledge to make things happen essentially. So within our tools we have a laser cutter, CNC routers, 3D printers, and using those tools we're able to enable makers to kind of formulate their ideas into physical objects. So
it just helps to understand how things work and like machinery and stuff. You'd be like, oh yeah, I know how that works, and you can teach new people and stuff. So
definitely helps with that forming that cause and effect type thing. You expect it to do a certain thing, so you program it around that, and then you have to see if it actually does what you told it to do. And then from that you learn, okay, well that's how that sensor works, or that's how it interacts with that particular environment or something like that. That's probably the biggest benefit you get from joining a makerspace. Just having other people that have the knowledge to be able to share that with other people. Having the tools is great, but if you don't know how to use them, sometimes what's the point? All of our activities aren't technical. We also have like arts and crafts type activities within the group. It's definitely a group where we want to share that knowledge to other people.